So my name is Steve Mutua. I'm a podcast producer at the Psycho Hub. I joined Baraza Lab last year November. So through Baraza, I've got to grow a lot in terms of in the podcasting space. So when I joined Baraza, I met Dana Seda, and at that time I didn't know that like podcasting will be sustainable. So I remember asking Dan if he has another side job, since at the time I had a night shift job and I was only doing production on daytime. So Dan tells me that it's the only job he does, and hiyo time nilikuwa na shanga as in production. It was so mind blowing that you can have a sustainable life through production. So through Dan, I got to learn about the business side in terms of quoting. I remember the first job I got from podcasting, it was from agency. So I didn't know how much to quote. So I came to Dan and Dan told me how much that job was for and how to send LPOs and I didn't know even what an LPO was at that time. So Dan told me how to do LPOs, such stuff. Then a few days later, I met Paushinsky, and through Paushinsky, I got to make my first rate card for the studio. So he guided me in making the little bits that I wouldn't have considered. Then he also came through in terms of equipment. I remember at that time the equipment I had wasn't working really well, so I'd go to Pau and then in case I had the technical issues. So a few days after Paushinsky made my first rate card, I started Blueberry Studios. So Blueberry Studios was a podcasting. By that time, I hadn't met Ben. So Blueberry was a podcasting studio within Baraza Lab. So at Blueberry, it was the challenge at Blueberry was equipment and finances. Siko nimeelewa vizuri the financial side of podcasting. So I got to interact with Ben few months after starting Blueberry. So I used to record this podcast, then edit, put it on YouTube. So we got to interact with Ben and Wanjiro in shooting those episodes, and then we decided to start the Psycho Hub. So uh, the Psycho Hub started this year, April. The idea was around April, May. Once we came up with the idea, so Ben at Blueberry was the one who was handling like everything, financial, production, everything. But through the Psycho Hub, sasa Ben and I handle some of the stuff, me na handle production. So it was like na feel much more at ease doing the production. So I got to meet Ben, as I said, around April, May. Then we started the Psycho Hub. But at that time, it was just an idea. So I told Ben where I wanted to take Blueberry as the studio, and he bought into the vision. So we started the Psycho Hub. And currently, we are 2 months in. We are still young, we are growing. Uh, Through Baraza, I got to record a lot of podcasters because we still, as we started, we didn't have another place that we could. The financial budget didn't cover for us renting other studios. So Baraza really helped us in terms of space. So I got to record guys at Baraza. So guys would come, I record. We used the set at Baraza. And for the clients who recorded with us, they really loved the space. So that was a big plus for us. We are currently 2 months in and we are still going. Baraza staff has been good. We've worked on a lot of stuff as Psycho Hub, being helped by the Baraza staff, Sharon and Nancy. Sana sana, they help us like in making the sets, Once our guests and the podcasters come to check in, they give them an easy time. The reception is good, and the clients leave while they're happy.